If only you guys knew what happened before we go live. Like it'd be quiet, and then right before we go live, a whole bunch of stuff happens. Only if you guys could understand. But welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Nothing But
Answers.
It's contagious. Someone's like, let me do this part.
I didn't know that meant every week. Sorry.
We're going to get the show together one day. We're going to get it one day. It's going to work. But welcome back to Nothing But Answers, the place where you can come to get all the answers you're looking for. We have all the answers, at least the answers we think. We take what we think is right. And usually we are right. Well, I am. So let's get to the cast. How's everybody doing? Leanne, how are you doing?
I'm all right.
Let's slow the show down already. Let's just start with the show being slowed down to a stop. Reaching stop. You're just all right. How was your week?
Oh, my week was long this week. A hospital stay.
No.
So, a little
okay?
rough this week. A little rough.
Right.
But I'm here. I made it here.
Oh.
Gotcha. Anybody would like to donate, please send me the money for Leanne. Help her feel better. Send me the money. Thank you. Neil, how are you doing? How was your week?
Well, not as bad as some, it sounds like. But I'm just glad we all made it through somehow. Some weeks are rougher than others, for real. But this is sort of our gathering place to, it's all good. We made it, and we're gonna have a good night together. Glad you're okay, Lee. But I had a normal week.
She's outside of your week in the hospital. She said her week was better than yours because she didn't live in the hospital. I'm just saying what she said.
Lee, you know what I meant.
I understand.
She's like, I'm better than you are, I see. Wow, Neil. Wow.
Something else. Lee, I'm the only one that said I'm glad you made it with us. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are genuine. Others say send the money to him.
Hey, listen, I'm here to help. What's going on, Doc? How was your week, Doc?
My week was okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Tired. I'm tired tonight, though. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I'm tired.
Gotcha. Well, try to get some sleep at night. That's when we're supposed to sleep at night. We don't know. We're not going to ask what you were doing. We're going to keep it moving. It's none of our business.
I would highly recommend you not agitate her tonight.
All right. And I was out. We didn't see any shoes this weekend, so it was like no boots shown or anything. It must have been just a regular.
But this week?
Yeah. Okay. Was it that type of week?
It was one of those weeks.
Yep.
One of those weeks. Okay. One of those days that a girl goes through when she's angry inside. Take it out on you. Okay.
Yeah.
So anything that this week, anyone's seen or something anybody want to talk about? Just current events, anything?
I don't know, but how was your week?
Yeah, I was gonna say down
Right.
Oh yeah, I forget. Leanne, thank you for being there. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? That's why I need you here, because I wouldn't even thought about me. You're so thoughtful.
Oh my God.
And she's so thoughtful.
Every week, one of us asks you.
Exactly.
Oh, hey, Leanne, see, Doc got jealous when I shouted you out. I did it last week. You didn't say that last week. You see that, Leanne?
Oh my goodness.
My week was pretty good week. I do like that it's getting a little warmer outside. So that these last couple afternoons have been a little warmer, which is good. So good week. Went by pretty fast. They're still working me at work. It's like 3 weeks. It's ridiculous. I don't come to work. They don't pay me to do this. They don't pay me enough to work. I don't know why they're trying to make it work. So, but all in all, good week. Went by fast. We're here again. Great. Ready to educate the people. I'm trying to save some people today, one question at a time. So any current events, anything anyone want to talk about before we jump into it? All righty then. So listen, You know, what I saw was I know they released a 4-part series on Wendy Williams, which was very, very, very. It was sad to see someone who talked for a living, did all these things, now to be reduced to where she is, and she's only getting worse. But it made me kind of think about having your stuff in order, right? Because if something happens and you're not in order, I think her money is being seen over by someone they appointed. The courts appointed someone to see over her money.
Mm-hmm.
I heard today that her son was spending something like $100,000 on DoorDash a year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
But
crazy.
they cut that. Right?
Yeah.
They cut it. So I don't know what was set up. I don't know if he was taking advantage. I don't know the situation. But just to have someone come in and say, now your son can't do this, which she may have been allowing him to do, is crazy. Hey, great Friday. So I was thinking, that made me think, like, we really do have to have our ducks in a row, even before, way before something happens. But I think sometimes as out of sight, out of mind, we think it's so far away. We think we have forever, and we'll do it later, or we'll do it when we get older. And there may be, you don't get older. Right?
That's true.
So, or as simple as look, Leanne was in the hospital. She didn't expect to be in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
but who knows what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
So we really do have to start preparing for the future.
You're right.
And I don't know what that looks like. I'm not prepared.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's having those tough conversations.
Yep.
And putting the living will in order. Saying, hey, here's what I expect if I am incapacitated or not in my right mind.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I would like to happen to me and who I would like in charge of my affairs when that day comes, or if that day comes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially children having those tough conversations with their aging parents, because you really don't know
Mm-hmm.
what tomorrow brings.
Right. Like, I want them to make sure my nurse has to take care of me if I'm ever in the hospital.
Mm.
Can't have that? Okay.
A lot of times people don't want to have that tough conversation because they don't want to think about
Right.
life without
Well,
that
Doc,
person.
how about if you're by yourself? Who are you having a conversation with? Because sometimes, when you're alone, you don't think about it. Or, like I said, you don't really have maybe as much to worry about if you're not really having to worry about your kids or husband or life like that. So maybe, for those people, how do you get in that mindset? Because really, it's me. It's about me. You're not really thinking about other people. You know what I mean? But these are things you have to worry about. You don't think about, dang, what if I'm in a hospital? Who can come in the room? Or who's going to be making those tough decisions if I can't? In my absence, if I can't, who's going to make those tough decisions? So I think it's something you really need to think about.
And with those decisions, sometimes we assume, if you have family, immediate family, that it should be one or the other of them. But at times, people should not have those people appointed. And so they need to think about stepping over that, because that immediate family usually gets the first rights to say this happens or that. So again, having a meeting, having a living will, and it may not be a family member that you want to entrust your life to at the end.
Right. Well, so that's my question. I don't have to cut you off, but with like Wendy Williams, she has family, but somehow they took it out of the family's hand and gave it to a party that was, I guess,
just a neutral guardian, I think.
Right, but I don't. So how did that happen? How did I don't know how old her son is. I don't know. Is he older?
21, I think.
So why didn't it go to her heir? Right. So what happened there?
I heard that it was through her banks. Your banks actually, looking at the fine print, has a clause in it that says, hey, if this person is making erratic or not smart decisions with their finances, the bank can go directly to the courts and
Mhm.
say, we would like this person to have a guardianship over their money and financial things.
Mhm.
And just like the bank has the authority to stop you from spending money in regards to, hey, they think this is fraudulent,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
puts a hold on your account, you call in and it starts it back up, nothing, everything's fine. But this is just another level of that type of censorship that the bank actually has
Mm.
And who knew
over
that was a thing?
you.
Yeah,
Yep.
who knew that was a thing? I mean, I ain't got no money, so they ain't gonna stop nothing here. But I mean,
Right.
who knew if I had money that they could say, "Hey, listen, we're gonna stop
You're
it."
right.
And now,
How do we
take you
know
to
that was a
court.
thing? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna take your family to court for your money because we feel like you're spending it recklessly.
Right.
That's insane, and
Mm.
it seems like, so I guess they put somebody who's supposed to be impartial,
Yes.
but the bank is kind of like, no, we want this money to stay in our banks, so we don't want you spending it all. So we're going to get someone to keep the money in our bank so we can keep making money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's insane, which I didn't know. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That alone, that's something, again, doesn't affect me because I'm broke, but
You made that clear.
In the bank,
Right.
you put a couple dollars in the bank. This could be something that you need now to worry about that you never knew about.
Yep.
Where they
Which
can
is
come in and just say, you know what, we're going to control the money you made, and your family can't even fight over it because we're going to tell them what to do with it. That's crazy.
Which again comes down to being informed, to reading the small print before you sign off on these things and knowing what you're working with. And many of us do not.
Who reads all that? So I have to read.
That's what I just said. Money or no money, we do not.
Yeah, who's going to get rid
So
of
do
it?
you think they did that because they think that somebody's taking advantage of her?
Yes.
Well, from my understanding, they said, I heard the son was spending $100,000 on like
$1,000
something like that.
Food.
And his birthday.
That's crazy.
And his party, I'm sorry, Daryl, was 150,000. I think I heard.
Oh, and a party. Okay.
Or his birthday party for 21. Yeah.
But so is this something that was normal? Did he have access to do this? Right. I don't know. I mean, I do think 100,000. I don't care what you're making on Uber Eats is a lot, right? You can get a chef.
But
But
he
I know-
claims his mother said it was okay. But we see where she is at this point. So yeah.
Right. And that's the other thing. When did she say this? Because I know for Wendy Williams is so sad.
Read the fine print.
I would say, and I was talking about it earlier. I said it with another person. I said I think that 100,000 is definitely a misappropriation of funds, right? But I know children would love to do that. Like if Zoriana could sit here or have Uber Eats every day, she would just do it, even if there's food in the house, just to do it. Like they just like paying $19 for a Sprite. Why do you want to spend $19 for a Sprite? We could walk to the store. So I get that, but I don't think you should just now. I wonder, Ruth, you seem to know a little bit about it. Now, how's he taking care of himself now?
Good question. I'm not sure that he is, unless the dad, the ex-husband, unless he's involved in the care of the kid. I don't know.
But he was living off Wendy too, right?
Yeah, he was too. But I'm saying maybe he has some funds left from that, and he's helping him. I'm not sure.
He didn't have no funds because his funds were her funds.
Yeah.
He was out having fun. That was the problem.
Yes. Well, that's a good question. I don't know how the son's living it.
So, and now that would really be a problem as a parent, that I'm now not in a position to say anything, but now my child can't take care of themselves with the money I have. Like I made this money, so what if they're doing whatever with it? That's my kid. So what? If they want to do whatever, let them do it. But don't say.
And she might have been that way, where she just told him, spend whatever you want when you want.
Yes, and that's what he said, Doc. She said it's okay every time. But the court
and she had some text messages with from her.
Doc, they wouldn't
even saying that.
They wouldn't even need text messages. They probably have other. It could have been other years where it was the same thing. Like this is nothing new. It was 100,000 last year,
right?
And the year before. And this is what I do. This is how she chooses to feed me. Me getting whatever I want.
True.
And
Yeah.
she may have, like I said, I worked to match this amount to let my kids do what they want to do. Maybe that's how she's living, right? Or
She could be.
Or if this is something new, then I can see.
But it's a shame that he'd have to prove it to them.
Right.
Yep.
But like I said, if it was something new, then I get it. If it was something in the last year when she was definitely deteriorating, and now these expenses are happening, I can see the bank stepping in.
Yeah.
Right. I can see it. Because again, a 21-year-old with keys to the house sometimes is not the best thing. Right. Sometimes I agree. Like we need some type of checks and balances so she won't be broke next year. But
especially as her care gets more expensive.
Right.
So they're going to need. So like I said, it's definitely, even for her, I wonder, and for someone like her who's had issues all her life, she's talked about different ailments and things of that nature she's been dealing with. I wonder, why wouldn't you kind of get your affairs in order? But I guess you don't want to feel like, it definitely feels like you're planning your death when you're doing this. Right? It definitely feels
it's a little morbid. It's a little morbid, but it's still very necessary. Personally, I had to do that with my grandmother while she's sane and in her right mind to be able to say, I want X, Y, and Z. Because biologically, I had to remember, I'm her granddaughter. I'm not her daughter. So her daughter was able, up until her death, to make some decisions if I didn't get that arranged with grandmom. So as hard as that was, it was very necessary meetings.
And Daryl, it's the same for the individual. If they're thinking about it, sometimes I've talked to people who literally get sick, physically ill when they start thinking about stuff like that.
Right.
So it's a hard discussion with yourself. It's a hard discussion with other people that you care about.
But like you said, very necessary, because you don't want someone coming in making decisions for you and yours when you can't, because you can't. Right. I mean, I do think it is good, because if I'm in the hospital, the side joint can't come in because she ain't got no rights.
God.
That's the side joint.
Some advantages. She got to stay downstairs.
She got to know her place, huh? Yeah, but it's real. It's real.
So, like, what are some things that you need that you guys know about? Like, I know, like, a living will, right?
Living will is big. What else do they do?
Power of attorney, is that
yes
with your living will? Okay.
The power of attorney is necessary.
Right. And
a regular will.
A regular will. Okay.
Okay. And a chosen person to be the executor of it.
The estate executor. Of your estate or whatever assets you do.
Because people just find your will and do whatever they want. So you get someone you appoint someone while you're sane and healthy that you really care about, who cares about you, and tell them you're going to be the one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
And it matters a lot, because again, people will step up, like you're saying, Doc, and just try to make these decisions with will in hand if they have access to the will. We had an experience like that in the family. And, the appointed executor, who was my husband, was able to fight that and say, wait. We had this all written out and I'm overseeing this estate. So, yes.
Gotcha.
Yep.
We all have the people in our family that take over when stuff happens.
Right. Doing too much. Hey, doing too much.
Here they come.
Here they come. Right.
It was,
she wanted this and he wanted that, and this is how we got to do it.
We're catching them 2 weeks before they tried to sell the family home from under you. Whoa! Yeah.
And that's something I've seen in my life where you definitely need someone to maybe sometimes interpret the will and things of that nature. Because people, when they think there's money involved, sometimes they lose their mind. That'll tear families apart, thinking that somebody's getting more than them or whatever the case. Like you said, the house, and it can be very ugly. So if you definitely write it down exactly how you want it and have someone to execute it the way you want it, it helps out. This way you can't fight over it. You know, you can't.
Oh, you can.
Well, you're right.
You can. I've seen that. You can. You
Right.
be mad at the person that got something and you did, or got more than you thought they should, or more than you. I mean,
I'm gonna hold this whole cookie operation up. Ain't nobody getting nothing.
Yep, exactly.
people hide and stuff, and it could get ugly.
Right.
I mean, some families break up at funerals.
Yeah, absolutely. Fights and everything.
Yep.
Turn up because again, they people want. It's funny. You really want to come up off somebody's death or feel like you should get more because of someone's death. That to me is insane. I don't get that way of thinking, but I see it happen time and time again. Time and time again. You know, over you know, I know one where it happened where the family was fighting over the mother's the will, and you know, they took him to court to the point where none of them got anything because it went to the lawyers.
Oh my.
Most of the money went to the lawyers, so it ended up, you know, they had to spend like $100 for all of them because they were fighting, paying lawyers.
Oh my.
Once the lawyers took their fee, there was really nothing left.
That's crazy.
Oh Lord.
No, so they all lost.
That's a lose-lose right there.
Oh yeah. And you know, everybody thought they was right. Oh, we're gonna take it to court. And I don't know what they thought. I think they thought the money was gonna stay there and wait for them. The lawyer's like, come on, let's keep going because I'm getting paid regardless, you know? And they didn't get anything. I remember Mother telling us she wanted to be.
Yeah, that could be hard. I can't imagine that, Tia. I can't imagine.
Well, my
Because
mom
you
said-
want to say no to something like that.
Yes.
Right. My mom said, they better fight whatever fucking thing they got in this hospital to keep me alive. That's what she said. My uncle was like, well, you know, if she goes, she was like, she was on her bed. She was like, you better you fight. You don't let me go. I was like, okay.
Wow.
Not doing that. She was like, no, not at all. She wanted everything. Try everything.
That's right.
You got something experimental. I'll try it. You know,
I'm with mom on that. Keep trying.
She wasn't trying to go anywhere. So
people feel differently about it, though, Daryl. You know, some people
right. I get it.
So much suffering and pain on the other side of that, and they're like, you know what? Let me go.
So that was the thinking of some. You know, she's in pain.
Yes.
And just let her go. And she's like, don't let me go nowhere. Catch me.
Wow.
So
Right.
I get it.
That's what he's the guy say in that movie. Since when do deadbeats sick?
right.
That's a good one.
Dead.
Right? Anyway, that.
We'll go with sick.
I'll take sick. Sick for
Yes.
two.
Sick 400, please.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like Grandma Ruth the last time she was hospitalized. She like, I want to be here. You know,
Right.
even if I got to breathe on oxygen, I want to be here. So it was very clear, you know.
Right.
And they're like, well, she's 98. No, none of that matters. The woman said she want to be here for the last year. she got one more, or two more. Yes.
Well, I get it. What are some other things we might need to do? If there's
what is that word? Oh my God, I gotta ask Lee
No,
about
in Philly, they've been talking a lot about these tangled titles.
what is that?
People pass away and they have no way of passing their house on.
Right. That's crazy.
Even if their kids are in the house or family members or friends, they can't take over the title of the house.
Wow. These housing companies are just getting us. You pay on them years and you die, and they're like, well, we're going to take it back.
That's why it's
That's crazy.
important to know how to use trust.
that's what I
Trust
was,
is-
Yes.
that's the
and being able to set that up correctly in order to pass on and leave certain things. Even in the Wendy Williams situation, if she had a trust set up simply for her son with money in it, then he could have used that in order to continue his lifestyle
Correct.
to within those parameters of his trust.
Would that help in the Philly situation, Doc? Do you think?
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
they just- mhm.
Even it's simple. I remember the woman that was talking about that. Even something as simple as writing it out. I want my house to go to such and such and such when I pass, and getting it notarized.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's something. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're right about that piece too, because we did do the trust. I couldn't remember the wording, but it was trust, like Lee's bringing up for your assets, like your car and your house, going to those children, so that the state, whatever goes down with that piece, cannot touch it.
Okay.
Yeah, we did do that,
A
and
lot
then
of
with
people assume that if they pass away, it goes straight to their kids, and
Nope.
it doesn't work like that.
It is important for everyone in the family to have a living will and trust because young people pass too.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
not
Point.
easy.
Good point.
But if their wishes and matters should be handled. This is true.
That's
That's
a good point.
That's a
True.
very good point. And a lot of families assume the oldest should be the responsible, and that's not always the case as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot to think about.
It is. And like I said, it's a heavy conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm seeing more and more today where people are not handling their business at a certain time and then they get ill and something happens, where I know a woman worked with my mother. She was with her, I guess it would be her boyfriend at this point for like 40 years. When he passed, he never officially got divorced.
Oh boy.
When he died, his wife came and took everything. Now this woman, she was like 75 out on the street. Because she had claims to nothing, right? She had claims to nothing. So like he paid everything. It was in his name. He took care of me. Now what? So now you're starting over at 75.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So
And knowing where these papers are too, Daryl, and making sure they're in a safe place of keeping, because you're leaving them laying around and you have fires and all kinds of stuff that are possible. That's the other piece. Find a safe place to keep this paperwork.
Well, or they said even your passwords and things in that to emails and stuff like that, so people will be able to get to things. You know, some things, so that maybe to get into your bank accounts or your where stuff is, since you're digital age, it may be on something, USB drive, whatever it is. You need to know where these things are, like you said, and the passwords to get into them.
And we did that, and for our own personal stuff, like you're saying, with the husband-wife thing, and it is hard because then you start saying, "Would you expect me to die?" Would you know? Like, no, I'm not expecting you to die, but I need passwords. I need it all where I can get it.
Fellas, pay attention. That's why we don't do it.
No, you got to do it. You got to do it on both sides. And I had to do the same thing. And you put it in a safe place, and both know where it is, and you hope that you don't need it.
Right.
You hope they don't change the passwords.
Or that too, Doc, right? I'm like, wait, Doc, we have a meeting, a check-in every month. Okay, everything the same.
Right.
Just to make sure.
Well, I would say you do need to check on these things. So people do change.
Yeah.
People
And
change.
things change.
And they may change the password or the agreement.
You see it all the time at the will readings.
Right. We go back in there like, wait, that's not what we said. Wait.
Or you trying it 8 times. Wait, he said no.
Right.
Who is Susie?
Right.
Why did she get everything?
You giving up what to who?
You got to be smart.
Yes.
You really have to be smart about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So, I mean,
But that thing of being involved with someone who is legally attached to someone else is something people have to think about.
It's
Because it doesn't matter how long you're with them.
Nope.
In the eyes of who puts out these licenses, like marriage licenses.
right. Well, I think things are changing a little bit with the what's it called? Cohabitation. I know New Jersey has cohabitation. They don't have common law anymore. They have cohabitation, where if you live with someone, I don't know all the parameters, but a certain amount of time, if you pay bills and things together, living as a couple, you're entitled to certain things. Right? You're entitled. So you can't just kick them out. You've been together 7 years, making this house together. You can't just kick them out now. There are some things that they are now entitled to. If they can prove that you were paying bills and living as such, as a couple. So I wonder how that would play.
Does that X out the legal spouse?
So I don't think it X's it out. I think it would entitle you to something, right? I think saying now we may have to split the house up 3 ways.
Okay.
Or something. I don't know how much. Again, I don't know but I know you are entitled to things with the cohabitation in New Jersey.
That's good because it's often that women get screwed like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Side joints, the long-term side joints.
Well, it's funny because how I found out about it, as a girl I know who was married for like 19 years, thought she was married for 19 years. He kicked her out one day. Come to find out he was already married. He'd been married. But when she went to the lawyer and they had this cohabitation thing, so she was entitled to certain things. I don't know how it turned out, but I know the lawyer was like, no. You definitely are entitled to things. You were together for this, and you can prove. So there's some things that come with it. So I don't know exactly what it was. Not that it, X'd out the wife's whatever, but it's something. Okay, this is important stuff. We laugh. It's important to handle your business before you get sick. Absolutely. And find a service that will allow you to make changes at any time versus having to pay every time you decide to change.
True.
Very good point there. I didn't know you had to pay every time you change. So we definitely need something. That's a question you might want to ask. If I do have to change something or add something, is there a fee? Ask up front. That is, you don't have to pay to change your will every time. Because every time I meet somebody new, I'm like, I got to put $7.
Yours gonna be all drained out, Daryl. All drained out.
No, I'm like, fight for it. Whoever wins the fight gets it.
But she's right. Some of
The other important thing to mention is get a divorce. Get the divorce.
Absolutely.
First things first. Yes.
Well, I know a lot of people that are still married. It's been like 20 years they've been separated.
Yes.
So what are you waiting for? Hey, we ain't together anyway. But again, when you go to the hospital, she's gonna be in there talking about, pull the plug.
Not letting your significant other come up and see you.
Right.
Who's here? Who?
Right.
I'm his wife. I don't know who that is.
And in those instances, they can throw that word "wife" around.
Yes.
Well, when you are a wife, you can do it.
Yes.
So when you can handle your business, and then remember, everything will go to that spouse that you're married to. Independent, like kind of said, you want to handle your business. I don't know why people don't. I think people think it's cheaper or whatever, but in the long run, it's better just to handle your business and break free.
Instead of telling your new person, we haven't been together in 10 years. Why are you still married?
Yeah, right. Well, we really ain't. I ain't been with her. But people don't understand is I don't care what you've been. That legal document is a legal document, and they can come to court and do certain things. So you don't want. I would say, you don't want anybody to have power over your life that is not in your life, right? So if you guys are separated, why are you giving somebody power in your life? Right. I don't want to have to deal with you. I don't want you coming to the hospital and being able to get back there if we're not together anymore. I don't want you to. We broke up for a reason because I don't have to see you. Why are you here?
Especially on my deathbed. I don't want you to be the last thing I say.
Like, I gotta see you before I die. No, I don't want to see you again. They're gonna make you go quicker.
Yeah, it's real talk.
That's a good. I like the way you said that, Daryl. Yes.
See, I have the answers.
Every now and again, yes. Every now and again.
Can't even give him a compliment.
You try, you try. And he just run with it. Just run.
Oh, man.
That's why he gets one a show, Doc. That's it. That's one.
All right, no more tonight.
I get one. I gotta point it out. Make sure everybody knows it's the one.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I feel bad for Wendy. Hope everything works out. I do.
Yeah, poor Wendy.
And hope her son ain't living in a box right now. Hope he, you know.
You know what I was seeing under the post about her getting sick? You see a lot of people saying karma, that's what she get, and stuff like that. I mean, she was an entertainer.
Yes.
Right.
A celebrity gossiper. Like, why would you say something like that?
Well, because I mean, what they said was, she did some very bad things. She exposed when LL's wife had cancer. She just was a mean person. But I mean, that's not. You don't wish this on anyone, right?
Don't do that.
And if it was karma, it's a lot of people. I see a lot of people walking around here that need karma. They don't get it. Okay, so they're the karma.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hi, cutie.
Hey.
Mariana.
Look at her.
Okay. What's up, lady? What's up, bud? Everybody good?
Yeah. Wow.
Party over here.
Wow.
It costs $6,000.
Wow.
Get my mother's paperwork in order. With the law firm. I pay $89 for my living will and trust, and more. And as long as I'm a member, I can make changes. I was grateful for the service because when my son passed, I had to make changes at no extra cost. Just something.
Wow, Tia. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. That's
Maybe
good.
it's okay. We'll do it this week. Maybe we could share the. Yeah, she did grow. She looked grown. It's crazy. So she's not allowed at the house anymore. I homeschool her. I started homeschooling.
Growing up nicely. Leave that girl alone.
But yeah, if you could share maybe the where you did it at. You said you're basically a member of something. That'd be good too. Hold on one second.
And check with your job as well. I know
Sorry, you got a pen.
when I worked for the city, they had someone come in and talk to us about those kinds of things. And it was a law firm that's attached to the city offices or whatever, and they did all our wills for free.
Oh my!
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
So, yeah.
Good to know.
So check with your jobs too to see, if they're connected with someone who does that for the people at your job.
That's a good
There
point.
you go. Check your jobs. If you have a job. If you don't have a job, sorry. But if you have a job, so Neil, I don't know who you're gonna call. There's no
Ghostbusters.
But yeah, check your jobs. That's really good information. I'm gonna go check them Monday, since they're making me work anyway. So.
And when you're
If
doing,
you have to be at work, you might as well do some personal business while you're there, right?
Why not?
And check
do not
out
work on
the
the clock.
kinds of lawyers too, because I know we did go to sort of a main lawyer to set up that living will, and then there's a real estate lawyer we have for just our real estate aspects of grandmom's property, our property. So sometimes you might want to section it off and be very
Lawyer specialist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pro bono legal. Nice. Facebook user, thank you.
Yes.
Who are you? There are laws for those.
Very true.
That was Jay.
Okay.
Hey Jay.
Hi.
Okay, so that's good. So we definitely, I would say everybody, look, get it together. If you don't have it together, let's get on the ball. Let's start getting this done. Getting ourselves. We got to be adults. Sometimes we got to adult. I hate adulting, but sometimes we have to do it. And it's something that's necessary. It's very, very, very necessary. Even if you're broke.
Even if you're broke, seriously.
If you're broke, you can leave some for the roaches, the mice. Just leave wherever you gotta leave it to. But
whatever you have, you don't want to go into the wrong place.
And even just for yourself, you need that person who's going to control what happens if you can't. They were silly. That's me. Thank you. Service based on your needs is true, right? Definitely. Don't get scammed. Don't go to a realtor lawyer to get a will or something. Go to someone that's their you really, because I think some lawyers will try to do everything. Oh, I got you. We all messed up. This stuff be going to them. Yeah, we got to adult. It's tough, but let's get it done. Because I see too many people, especially people who don't have anything in order when they die. they have nothing in order. Or anyone to say what's going to happen to them if they are sick, if they are in the hospital, who's making those decisions for them. And then you have people up there fighting because everybody want to make the decision. You didn't make appoint anyone, right? So it would just help out the family for you to take care of yourself now, so they don't have to fight over later.
And this you can see sometimes too by the amount of GoFunds that come up after somebody passes, and then you have to count on other people and their generosity to be able to put your loved one away.
That's because you're poor.
Well, some are, and some just didn't handle their business. Again,
If funerals are expensive too, I'm gonna have a GoFundMe anyway because I want to have a big thing. I have nothing but answers on the side of it.
No.
Definitely.
No.
And you need have some life insurance stuff too. Like I said, because funerals are expensive. Don't, like I said, Ruth said, if you're not taking care of your business and that person die, and that funeral is going to cost a couple dollars. They're not cheap. They are not cheap. So it's better to pay a couple dollars a month than try to find that 30,000, whatever it is, right then. Because I'm just gonna put you in a shoebox and put you under the bed or something.
And those funeral people don't play.
Oh no!
I went to a funeral where after the services, nothing was happening. And I'm like, well, why aren't they going to the cemetery or move? They wouldn't release the body till they got the rest of the money.
Yeah, listen, they for real.
Oh
yes,
they're for real. I didn't know I had to. They're like, we're gonna need the other half before we go anywhere. I was like, God, I'm grieving. Like they didn't care.
They don't care. You're right.
They care not.
Mm.
It's too many people who have nothing in place. It's sad. I think they don't have anything, but you never know until you get a financial asset evaluation. Look at that. Look at that financial asset evaluation. Big word for today, family.
Yes,
financial asset evaluation. Let's get it. And some firms offer free consultations.
Yep, we need these things.
We do. Sometimes we didn't even know we needed it until just now when Tia said it. Thank you, Tia.
Tonight, that's right.
Yes. But I think something's important. Like each one teach one. We all share, and this is how we learn, right? So it's very good to learn and talk. And these are conversations we need to have with our friends. Like, hey, man, you ever think about? They probably did. So if you do have some knowledge, share it with your friends and family who may not have the access to the knowledge that you're getting, right? Spread it, because like I said, too many times that we don't know things in our community, and when someone passes, no one's prepared. And then you see, like you said, Ruth, then you have all these GoFundMes, right? You have all these GoFundMes because you weren't ready, you weren't prepared, because you thought you would live forever. That's how we feel, right? We do feel like we have another day. But that may not be the truth.
And schedule some family meetings around them, some formal meetings, as hard as it is. We meet for everything else, for barbecues and parties, like once a month or every other month, whatever. Meet up with your family and talk about these things.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't just play spades.
What's that?
Don't just play spades and roll dice.
Uno, like we like. Yeah.
Right. Don't just do those things. Let's do the other thing.
That's right.
I'm hurt. Learn from experience of sharing. Thank you. Let's grow. Yeah, that's right. Let us all grow. Yeah. And as we grow, let's teach. Let's teach. Hey, Leanne, what else were we going to talk about? I totally forgot.
There was a post Ruth put in group. Give me 1 second and I'll play it here.
Yep, go right ahead.
Just guys, definitely get your business in order. You're adults now, so let's act like it. Let's adult a little bit, just a little bit. Get your stuff in order. While Leanne finds this video that we got to play. Everybody pay attention.
literally just a messenger. But did y'all know that it is statistically proven that a Black woman with a white man are the least likely of all other human beings to get a divorce? So they're less likely than a white woman with a white man, a Black woman with a Black man, a Black man with a white woman, a Black woman with a white man are the least likely to get a divorce, the most likely to have a successful marriage. All I'm saying, sis, give them a try.
Interesting statistic. White guys view Black women differently than Black guys. And these statistics don't lie. Interracial divorce rates. This is pretty interesting. A Black man and a white woman are 200% more likely to be divorced. White man and a Black woman are 44% less likely to get divorced.
Don't hate me. I am literally.
So why do we think that? Why are the white man and the Black woman?
First of all,
Uh-oh, here we go.
First of all, I'll be second of all, Doc.
First of all, even if that, I don't know about that.
These are stats now.
Even if this
So they made it up.
statistic is true, doesn't mean successful. That's where now she says they're less likely to get divorced. Fine. Then she says that they're more successful. They don't correlate. It's not the same thing.
So you saying that staying married doesn't mean success?
No.
What I'm saying that staying married doesn't equal happiness. That they're a happy couple doesn't mean that they're a healthy couple. Doesn't mean that the marriage is going well, which would mean success, not just staying married.
I like that.
I like some hate there. I think the goal is to stay married, because if you stay married, you may be able to get back or may be able to get to a good place again. But you can't get to a good place if you're not married. So I think the goal of staying married would be more successful than not, right? Because if you're married, say you guys do work it out, say you do get it together, so I would rather, I think that's the way you're looking at it. That's how I would look at it. Being married and staying married is successful in the sense that you guys are you're never always happy, but maybe I know in later years, usually everybody tires out, and now you become happy because you already got. I don't know.
No, you're just too tired to leave.
I got to get out of leave. I'm here now. Better make the best of it.
Yes, Doc, you're too tired.
Yeah. Well, again, it's still successful. It's still they made it. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know what would be. What's the difference? Why would it be? They said all marriages, all their marriages. We're just talking about they stay together. I guess let's just use that. Okay, they don't divorce. I wonder why.
I just wanted to say, like Doc was saying, first of all, the stats I wonder about, right?
Why? Why would you wonder?
Why I wonder, because stats, we can find stats on anything we want let me finish, to support our position. Seriously. So wait. So for these stats, I want to know, what were the demographics? Where was the area? How many folks were in the target group? All of these things matter.
You can do the U.S. Census Bureau to look at these things.
Okay, but again,
I'm saying you can look it up. So I'm not going to say the stats are wrong because you don't like the outcome.
Okay, but that was my opinion of those
right.
stats.
Well, your opinion, what you should have did is looked it up then, right? And so
you keep going out. Luckily, I can't hear everything.
I said you should have. You should have been
married,
at
happy,
that point.
successful.
Right. How many people have that? I don't know. Not married. So like I said, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what. Well, you did, like Doc pointed out, she did say success meant a happy, successful relationship. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Like my thing would be just meaning you stayed married. That's what I thought she meant. as being successful, right? You just stayed married. I didn't think about what Doc was saying as far as happy or sad or whatever the case may be. I didn't think about it that way. So I guess how many happy marriages do we have? That might be a whole different question, right? That might be a whole different question. But what if we just go to the simple fact that she's saying white man and black woman stay together more than anyone else. And like, right, Ruth, I do want to know, where is this a American thing? Is this a where are the, or is this like in Utah? Like, I don't know.
Right, when you got maybe two couples or something. Yeah,
we don't
that's all under that criteria is what
we
I'm
don't
saying.
we don't know that, but so
No,
we
we
can look
don't.
into it.
We don't.
But you know, it could be black women and white men just for whatever reason.
But I would have
Stay.
liked her to talk about the whys, since she's giving that so solidly. Let's say why. What are the whys of that?
Who knows? I don't know. That's what I want to know, why. And since I don't know. I mean, maybe listen, white men want to be, you know, with a woman that's going to let them know what time it is. They're going to show them what to do. Maybe these black women are teaching these white men what to do. I don't know.
Could be a lot of reasons. Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah,
Let's talk
it
about some
could
of these
be-
reasons that we
I
make.
mean, it could be they don't want to lose at that too.
Hmm.
You know, I couldn't keep a black person or a white couldn't keep my own kind. Now I can't keep this one either.
Well, you know, they say once you go
I don't
black, you
know.
definitely go back. They can't go back after they go black, so they got to stay.
Can't go back. Can't go forward. So look,
Just stuck.
This is it.
You're
This is
stuck.
it.
But it was interesting that the other guy after her said that because the white guys view the black women differently. That struck a nerve for me. Like,
Yeah, and I wonder what he means.
what does that mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It definitely, we're very adversarial. Even in we talk about dating and the men and women, we're very adversarial with each other. The black man and black woman, you know, we are, and it's nothing new. Like they said, since the black man was taken out of the house back in the whenever it was, they were taken out of the house. It really changed things, right? And it's like a big divide in our community. And that's always been something that, you know, with colonization, we want sometimes you want something different. Black men look at other women better, and we treat it's a lot of things that go on with us, you know, that self-hatred we have from the conception of how we came here, right? So I think we do look at each other sometimes and treat each other a lot worse. I think we do. So that could play a part in it. Sometimes you get tired of getting treated like poop. You know, you get tired of that. So if someone else is going to treat you a little differently, that may feel good. And I'm not saying they do. I can't say they do or they don't. That's what he said.
I've been told by a couple of black women that they think white men treat them better. But then I talked to a white friend who said they act just like any other man. If you get a selfish man, you get a selfish man.
And I was about to say, Doc, I think sometimes we can see what we want to see. That could be the colonized eye too, right? Oh, this white man.
Yes, to justify our choices.
Exactly.
He
Yeah,
can
to
treat you the
justify our
same.
choices. Yeah.
It's no different. He can be treating you exactly the same. But I think, and just me, sometimes women may stay in situations longer anyway, no matter who they're with. Sometimes, right? Sometimes they'll stay in a bad situation no matter what. You know what I mean? So maybe no matter what these situations, they just stay longer in these situations. Maybe because that man ain't leave. I don't know. But who knows? Who knows exactly what it is? It's a very interesting.
It is interesting.
Dynamic, and I can't speak to it because I'm not a white man.
Right.
Or a black woman.
Or a black woman.
Screw that.
So
it's black.
maybe you guys, it's on you guys. Tell me, what about white men?
What about what?
Make you stay? Is there anything about white men that make you stay? Leanne, how about you? White man?
See now,
Leanne, what you got?
See now, why you trying to make us go viral?
Yeah, what about white men are better than black men? Go.
I can't think of not one thing.
Wow.
Not one. How about
I
their
can't.
silky beards?
Well, yeah, they got nice beards, but so do black men. So do
You heard
black
it here
men.
first. Leanne said white men have better beards than black men.
No, I did not. No, I did not. It's nothing like that,
Hey,
dark.
we all heard it here.
No.
White beard.
He did not.
Glistening chocolate man beard, boy. I tell you.
Oh my gosh.
But I think kind of what Doc said. Sometimes it's just that if you have in your mind something's better, you told that something's better, that colonized eye may make something look better. So now you're going to stay, even if the treatment isn't any different. You may be like, this is better. You know.
And are some, black women, I can't speak to it because I've never dated or married outside of the race, but
You never did nothing outside of
exactly. So nobody asked that piece, but anyway, could it be? See, you made me lose my thought. Oh my God. I'll come back. You just totally took it away.
I'm sorry.
I know what I want to say. Could it be that certain black women, and I don't know, do they view that marriage to that white man as a come up for themselves in some way where this white man may have opportunities that they don't see the black man getting readily?
That's a good point.
So it makes me wonder about some of those folks that might stay for those reasons.
Right. I think, again, colonization. We have the brown paper bag. We have these things that we've always said. I mean, men always have been, they want, the light skin, the light eyes, the white girl, we've always been, that's been said about men since we've been here, right? It's definitely been said. But I don't think black women are absolved of it. I think they also have that same, can have that same mentality as too. Because I mean, you're indoctrinated into it here, right? It's been told white is better. I mean, let's be honest. I think things are changing a little bit now, but before it was like white is right. You definitely wanted some of that forbidden fruit. You would go ahead, Ruth.
No, maybe, but I'm thinking about more of the financial pieces and the opportunities and the, this man may go right in making 200 grand versus this black man who's been working just as hard, who's never going to get up to that in that time span or whatever. Maybe it's about opportunities too.
So remember, I don't know. Most people don't make 200. I think 200 is the
what I mean.
Top. Well, what I'm saying is that once money, I think is the median income. People are probably going to be around the median income. So I don't know if all these women with men that are, we're saying the high 10% of men. I don't think so. I think most people are in that median income. So I think they're just going after men that are on the same level, but the things that would be different. This is
Okay.
Full speculation. If I'm just going off the incomes, I would think the only thing would be different from these men would be they're white. I think the counterparts, black, probably would make a little less because that's just how it is, right? The white man.
I don't know. I'm talking about the whole picture of opportunity. He may be able to live in a certain area, get a house in a certain area. There's lots of other things that could
but how many white
him being a come up is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying usually when they marry a lot younger, right? They usually marry in their earlier, like the 20s, early 20s, the mid 20s to late.
Who are we talking about? They
white people.
Oh, okay.
White people. They said they usually marry out of college, be between like 24 and 29. So I don't know if these men are established, or you're talking maybe they're looking at. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're looking at. Well, I think they are in a sense, but I think it's still this is a white man. So right, he's going to have more opportunity. He's going to have more access because he's a white man, right?
But you didn't say, is this an older white man? Has he been married before? There's some missing pieces.
What?
like, is he, has he been married before, so forth? There may be some other pieces
Well,
to this. Is he older than her? Who knows?
but they said all, right?
Yeah, but I'm
So,
just thinking about
so
these different possibilities. Yeah.
right, but I think it would be the gambit since it's all of these black women with white men are outdoing. It can't be just the older ones. It would have to be the gambit, right? It would have to run
But
the
I
gambit.
think that's what she's talking about. These are various combinations or various reasons that add up to the whole of these people staying together.
But I mean, it has to be more. It can't be exact because you can find that in all races, right? You can find
But if we're talking
So
about, we're adding up the different reasons,
Mhm.
not
Right.
just saying
So-
that one thing is the reason.
Right.
so what the only difference I see is color skin. Because you can find black men that make a lot of money. You can find black men that are have advantages. You can find, Puerto Rican, Asian. She said everybody. We're not just saying black and white. She's Asian, Hispanics.
Mm.
That she said every mixture. And
Don't
even
forget
even
all three
same-
of those in
same-
Oklahoma. Don't forget.
she said same sex. Well,
Did
so
she say all? She said
yes,
said
she said all. She
everyone?
said even. Yep, she said even black on black, white on white.
Yeah, she said that.
It's
Mhm.
outdoing all relationships, all marriages.
Did she include Asians?
Mhm. No, she
said
did.
everything. Yep, she said
I didn't
every
hear
kind of.
She didn't
marriage
say
you can have.
Asian.
I didn't hear Asian.
She said all. She said all.
She said black and black, black
Well,
and white, white
I
and
think she-
black.
I think she gave an example when she said all, but she said out of all marriages, this one was lasting the longest. I'm just saying what she said. And look like the white dude was saying. So we can look into it more. I didn't really look into the numbers. I felt like if that's the case, that's the case. I can see it happening. I can see again colonization. I can see people wanting kind of what it's to me the ultimate. To some of us are that white person. To be honest, some black people look at that white person. Just the white person is a come up, Ruth. Sometimes just being with a white man may be a come up. Being with a white woman may be a come up. Sometimes
Viewed that way, even.
it's the way in our minds how we're adapted to or adopted some of the philosophies here. White is right, and you get that golden piece of forbidden fruit, and you have won.
Okay.
So I think to me that's what I could. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know what the difference would be. Right. I don't know what the outside of. Again, I know growing up, I thought the lighter the girl, the better she was. That's just how I remember being growing up. The lighter she was, the better. And if you get white, jackpot. You know what I mean? You made it.
Wow.
So, but that's what we were in, and that's just how we were kind of raised, not purposely, but you saw that. So my uncles, I saw things in the media that made me feel that way. But then as you get older, some of us grow out of it, some of us don't. So I can see that mindset.
And is it possible that they stay together because now they can't go back?
Could be, I mean, I've never, I've never.
Or they never thought people in their race wanted them in the first place.
Possibly.
So again, I've never talked to a white guy who dated a black girl. Really definitely, but I know I talked to a couple white girls who dated black guys, and they definitely said that. And it's not everyone, but they said once people found out they dated black guys, that white guys didn't want them. I don't know how true it was, but that's what they said. Right? That's what they said.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. And I remember I think it was a couple of years ago, I met a girl online who I thought was black. In her picture, she looked black, but she was white. She blackfished me. And so when I go to meet her, when I go to meet her, I find out she's white. And she only dated black men. She loved black people. And that was, she said white people are really mean. So this is what she did. She was definitely only dating men of color. So it's kind of the opposite of where, she wanted the brown bag or darker.
Right.
She's opposite. Right. So I guess people have all types of reasons.
Yeah.
really wonder. I mean, and then again, I don't know what would be the difference outside of, and then start thinking, is it some type of fetishism? Like, do you like that person just because they're black? Right.
You can go many ways with that.
My African queen or my little European person. Yeah. I don't know. It's so many different things. But I wish we could have more. Like Ruth, I do wish, like you said, she gave a little bit more information on it. I was trying to read the comments. The comments were just like, people just racist. They just made it something that bad. So, but I would wonder why. Because again, if they're having success, I would want to know why. Maybe we can share that success with others.
But like Doc said, how are we measuring that success? I want to know.
Being together, that's what we're married.
That's not enough.
Don't act like it is. Being married
is not enough. My grandmother was married 37 years and 35 of them was hell.
Okay. So what happened to the one that wasn't? The 2 years that weren't?
That was the honeymoon phase, probably.
Okay. Well, listen. Well, she should got out. That's on her.
Well,
so,
she wasn't strong
you know what?
Listen, because I still believe people talk about it was bad, but I guarantee they had a house together. They had
Let me tell you, it was bad. No, I don't care about house, car. It was bad.
It was. So it's bad every day. I don't know, something bad every
other day.
Okay, so that means she had a good day every day.
Daryl,
I'm saying that even sometimes
my point is
every day.
Some people stick it out for whatever reason. They're not strong enough to leave. Whatever doesn't make it successful.
You're supposed to stick it out. You're supposed to stick out. A marriage,
not with some of those things that she dealt with. No.
I don't know what she dealt with, so I can't speak to it.
But I do. Yes, she did.
Okay, well then that's bad. Then we can get away from the rock'em sock'em, uppercuts and wheel kicks. Outside of uppercuts and wheel kicks, I would say, Doc, stop breathing heavy. I would say, if you're fighting for your marriage, outside of the uppercuts and wheel kicks, I would say you're supposed to fight.
So you're supposed to just stay there.
But no, there are some couples who should not be together. I don't care about the living together, married. There are some that just should not be together.
Give me an example of something that shouldn't be together. Now, I'm asking, like, what would be something that you should not be together?
People who really don't love each other, or people who don't like each other.
Well, okay. Maybe they might like each other again. You people can fall back in love again. Listen, I'm saying, if you're in the game, I've seen relationships that were bad in the beginning, and then they work out down the road. They're cool.
They didn't work it out. He dominated her until the end. They didn't work it out. I didn't say that.
No, I don't know about your case. Your case is different, Ruth. I definitely feel your case is different. I definitely feel like your case, when you're talking about, you got to get out of that. You got to get out of that. You shouldn't get 37 years of that. That's terrible, right? For someone to be in something like that. But like outside of, I'm saying, like, anything that's physical or something like that. A little cheating. I mean, we'll lose a good man over a little cheating.
What?
A little cheating.
Ridiculous.
Right. It's somebody a little indiscretion every now and then. That ain't nothing to leave.
Wow.
We can argue about it. It's not breaking a happy home.
Wow.
I mean, we can't break a happy home for a little cheating.
People who run over other people's deal breakers all the time and make their lives miserable. A lot of those couples stay together.
Yes, they do.
But see, I think those couples, Doc, are couples that really just need help, right? If you're constantly going over someone's boundaries and that person not sticking up for their boundaries, maybe they need someone to help explain these boundaries so the person can stand up. And I think, some of those relationships need help.
Sometimes when you're getting that help, you do realize that this is just not a good match for us. I'm not a good match for you. Okay. You're not a good match for me.
Gotcha. But you got
so married, that is one of the benefits of getting help too.
Right.
Sometimes as painful as it might be, you find out that you really don't need to be together.
Gotcha. But you got married, so now you got to stick it out. Marriage is forever. So you're not allowed to leave.
But
Don't look around. The contract. This is a binding contract.
He's preaching to the choir. I know that. However, there are
Binding.
other cases and situations, like Doc is saying, you need to reevaluate it.
I agree. We can reevaluate, and maybe for a year or two, we'll just have to have separate rooms, but you can't leave.
Do you really believe that?
I think he does. He does, Lee.
I do. I
He
do.
really
You
does. He's
can't
not
really
joking.
believe that.
I really believe it. I
He's
think
not
once you
joking,
get
Lee.
married, you better stick it out. Stick it out. You know what I mean? Here.
No matter what.
So, no matter what, stick it out. Again, maybe a break. You got a room, I got a room. Eventually, we're gonna be back together. And no, I'm coming down the hall every couple nights a week.
Wow.
I have a contract that says I'm allowed to have this a couple times a week.
Mess.
Poor woman.
For real.
Poor woman, she signed the same contract.
That's what I mean.
I didn't sign it by myself.
Didn't I say read the fine print?
Till death do you part. Till death.
But you know, you can change some of those vows as you have.
Exactly.
You know what? Carol? I changed
Exactly.
my vows and I took out
So
obey.
did
No,
I.
seriously, I took out obey. That was not allowed to be said because I wasn't obeying.
Oh, that's cool. Well, you'd have been by yourself. Oh, you want to obey? You got to go.
I took it out.
Yeah. So if you want to be again, if you don't want to obey, you can go away. It's really easy. You can't change it. You can't change the word of marriage. You know what I mean? What's wrong with obeying?
I changed it. He agreed to it. So to this day, that's what
Hey,
he
look.
said.
And don't say till death do us part. As long you say as long as things are good.
Again. So you just want the good. I don't want you feeling with good times. You want that bad times. I want you. These fair weather marriages. As long as things are okay, and I don't have
as
to
long
obey.
as things are good
Nah. Yeah. Okay.
by my measurement.
Yes.
Fellas, by her measure. Fellas, see, pay attention. See, and this is why you need a because they don't want to pay or they get mad for going their way, you can still be good. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe I heard this. This is what it is.
That's-
Leanne,
Oh well.
we do okay?
What?
Okay. I remember going to
Wow.
for a second, and she said she couldn't help us.
Wow.
Ah.
I get it. I
Yep.
get it.
Yep, Tia.
Get it.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's like that.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately.
What did you call me for?
Are you going to obey?
Absolutely not. We already know that's not gonna happen.
You didn't need to ask
Come on.
that.
Exactly.
See, this, you
You
guys
might as well have.
Can't say you didn't know. I told
you can't even stick to the contract. Oh, cool. Then. So if you want to change things up, I'm gonna change things up too. It is
Yes,
what it
yeah.
is, right? Yeah, right. So we're gonna change a whole bunch up. Then we're gonna get the chain.
All right, you say till
I got-
death do you part. Let me show you this then.
Mhm.
This is one that Doc put in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
I was right.
Oh, it's right.
So your significant other is out here in this group right here. You got to stay through that.
Okay, let me see. Hold on. I wonder what the private group.
I'm trying to see it.
Like our group is private. I wonder was it private, and then somehow somebody she knew.
What
Like, how
difference
did you
does
know?
it make?
No, the doc said right here. Wouldn't you think you'd be at risk of exposing yourself? right? So
What
I'm thinking,
difference does it make?
The
fact of the matter is, you're
where
in the group.
I'm answering Doc's question. Wouldn't you be?
And we're not talking about that. We wasn't talking
what
about
I'm
Doc's
talking about.
question. What I
I'm
said
talking about Doc's
was,
question.
what I said
Okay.
was,
Yes, you would have
if
to
you're
stay.
in
Yes,
the group, you
Yes.
gotta stay through
You
this
have to stay.
foolishness. You
you would have to
crazy.
stay. Yes, you married. You
You
married.
done
him.
lost
You
your
didn't
whole
know.
mind.
You married him. If you didn't know what time it was with him when you married him, if he was a little spicy, then that's on you. You married him.
Wow.
You done
Mm-mm.
lost
Now
your
get
whole
used to
mind.
spice. Get used to spice. Now, yeah, I answered it.
Wow.
But Leah, to be honest, this is what I think why we have to know who we're marrying. You really have to vet people. Like, how is this person hiding this?
Daryl,
Are they
going in
going
and
out like
Yeah, you break
Daryl, I'm sorry, you're going in and out really badly.
this is bull sugar? Bull sugar.
Well,
Actually,
Okay.
it kind of heightens the experience. This way, we don't have to catch everything he said.
right. That's true, Lee. That's true. I shouldn't have said anything. Yep.
This is ridiculous. Absolutely
Probably not.
ridiculous.
Okay.
No, what I was saying was if you gotta know who you're marrying, right? If you don't know who, like I think people marry people and you don't know who you're marrying, the dudes on
But
the
if you're
DL, like,
deceiving somebody like that, like you're going out of your way
Yep.
to hide something, that's not a fair assessment to say know who
It-
you're marrying.
I think so, Leah, in the sense that I think we allow people to do things, especially like when we talk about being in love and we miss things. And, obviously he had to be disappearing at times. There had to be signs there was something going on, maybe, and you could ask more questions. But I don't know. For me, if someone's not, if they're doing something else, they need time to do it. So they can't have, and I don't know, unless they're doing it at work and you never seen them. I don't know. So you're saying, do you think that someone could trick you guys being on the DL and you guys wouldn't know? Do you think that could happen?
I think it's possible. People can trick you with anything if they really are good at it, Daryl.
I think we gotta let them. Because even I told a girl that cheated on me, I knew something happened to go. Something happened. Just like women, a lot of times, every time I'm doing something, they be like, "You messed with somebody else?" I'm like, no. Like, how the fuck she know? She's a genius. Like every time, I think you have the sense, but I can talk you out of it sometimes. I can make you think it's you. You're
Mhm.
crazy. I would never. What do you mean? Like, think we know, but we want to love them so much when they tell us no,
True.
we just accept that sometimes.
True.
But I was many times back in the day when I was out here running around and she would know every time, like, I'm like, how does she? I'm like, no, but I'm like, how did she know that? You was somebody else, so they wasn't you. I'm like, she is amazing. So I do think that sometimes we help lie to ourselves, you know what I mean? I mean, he was in the whole chat room, like Doc was kind of saying. He wasn't hiding. He was on the DL streets. I don't know.
So are you saying she was still supposed to stick it out with him? That's what you're saying?
You married him. Yep.
So death do you part?
Marriage is to death do you part. That's what you say. Unless you're a liar.
Well, he's a liar already.
Right.
Okay, tell me how he's a liar. Because I don't know if he said in his vows that he wasn't going to be on the DL. I didn't hear that in the vows.
Oh my God!
Stop
Really?
playing,
You gotta get that explicit?
That we're not that specific.
Right.
Yes. Today you do. I think you have to lay it all out.
Then
I think you do.
the
Because
vows
there's so
will
much
last
going
3
on.
hours for the ceremony. Stop.
Hey, I'm gonna take this 3 hours to label everything. Did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? Because look what you have. This guy's out here on the DL on and he's not even hiding it. Well, he's hiding it, but he's in whole groups for it. That's crazy. And then see, I know I would be fine because, well, she would be dead, so I can move on.
So
I'll
that's
move on.
Hey, she would be dead.
yeah, that's what he
She
said.
would be
So,
dead.
so
I
that's
can
the
move
death
on.
do you part.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Hmm.
I still say
So
it was deceitful, and she has rights to make other choices
Mhm.
about that.
Yeah, can't you get a divorce for misrepresentation or something like that?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I think cheating is so-called the only reason you can do it, but yeah, so DL would be cheating. So I couldn't read. So he was on the DL chats. Did it say like he called him messing around? Or she just called him on the chat, and what was it with that story?
I think that was it.
I
That she
think
just
that's
called
it.
him on the text and then just assumed that he is also on the DL.
I mean, I would have to assume that too because you're in the chat. I mean,
Right.
I want to know what he said. It ain't with me. I thought it was a men's group. Like,
There's a men's
what do you
therapy
say?
group.
Yeah, what do you say at that point if you get caught in the chat? Like, did she leave him? Did she say she left him? Or no? Did she say she left him at all? It didn't
I
say.
don't think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
I want to know what happened. Did she stay with him? You know, it's like
Hey, could you
what was
work?
that?
Could you work through something like that?
That's a woman thing, right? Well, could you guys work through it?
No, ain't no working through it. It's a wrap.
Doc?
I mean, I know as a therapist you can work through anything.
That's not good answer.
I love her
Political
answers.
answer.
Anything,
I
but
love her answers.
but some folks, you know, if that's a deal breaker for you, then no. No. Unless you decide to change your deal breakers.
Gotcha. How about you, Neil?
I'm out. I'm buying a red Corvette. Bye bye.
See, it's for men and girls. It's like, well, how can I get on it with you?
What?
If it's different for men, right? Because if my girl was on the same like that, I'd be like, how can I get on there with you?
Yeah.
You know,
Why
it's
is
a little
that?
different.
Probably.
Why is it?
Why? That's a good question. Why?
I've only come across a few men who have said they don't want their woman cheating with anyone, man or woman. They wouldn't stand for it.
I'm saying that you don't want her to, but if she did, I think I would be happier that it was another woman. I think if she cheated with another woman, it's the lesser of two evils.
But still evil nonetheless. So what do you think?
I mean, because she cheated, right?
Right.
But she ain't getting no penis.
I guess that's
You might prefer what she is getting. So it's still,
See,
how is that okay?
And so again, I think I don't mind you rubbing on somebody's hip. You can go grind somebody's hip all you want. That's not threatening to me, right? It's not threatening to me if you go grind on another girl's hip. But now I'm getting another penis is different, right? Because now she could judge you against him.
So that's the most important piece, not that she's cheating against your relationship regardless.
Right. She chose another penis over you. That's crazy. Like you have a penis at home, but you go get another one. That's really damaging as opposed to I'm going to get something different. I'm going to get another vagina. Okay. That's not I get it. You wanted some vagina. Cool.
Well, what if they wanted a different kind of penis?
It still will make my penis inadequate.
A different color or
a different length.
shape.
Right.
You know?
It will make my penis inadequate because my penis doesn't do everything she needs it to do. Right. You want to believe that you are your woman's all, her all, all she needs. Now, again, if she wants to get vagina, I don't have a vagina. Okay, I get it. You want to go rub on somebody's hip? I mean, I got a hip, but you want to try her hip? Go ahead.
I need water. I'm sorry.
So I think that's the difference for me. I think it would be like it's not as and I think women how you guys frame it. Women frame it as, oh, we know our bodies because we're women. We know how to touch each other. Okay, I get it. It's a little different. It's a different touch. It's different. It's totally different.
But that difference could still be a threat to your relationship, sir.
I don't know because they usually come back to the ding-a-ling. I haven't heard any of them say that they chose that rubbing on a hip I think they're going to choose that instead. I think. Doc, you think differently? You roll your eyes? You got different?
It's not always the first choice. Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that
Mhm.
I think that's the difference. I don't know. It's just a little different.
I guess I see it as cheating. That's what I'm trying to keep in
No,
perspective.
no, I said they're both
Cheating.
cheating, but like I said, if she came home and
I
said she
heard-
was a woman, it might be a little bit more. I could palate it a little differently, right? It's not as tough as she's getting, monkey dunked by some other man. Like, I don't know what he was doing. He might have been trying to. I don't know. This is. I don't
You
want
see
nobody
it
beating.
differently. Yeah, I see it as
I don't
just
want nobody beating my yams up. They're my yams, and he in there beating them up, and they're not his, so he's going to be disrespectful with it too. You know what's going on?
That's the kind of stuff men be thinking about.
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
He probably had you bent up like a pretzel,
Right.
banging you all hard. Like, you don't want that.
That's the threatening
Again,
piece.
like I said, with a woman, at least I know it's most of the time in my mind, it's going to be sensual. There's going to be a whole bunch of caressing and licking. Okay.
Wow.
Licking to
Think
your
about
heart's
the other
content, you know what I
man.
mean? Yeah, man.
You
He
have
going,
the ego of manhood is what I'm hearing.
I can
It's
see his
not about
face.
cheating.
I don't want to see that behind my woman. I don't want to see that. I got to think about that. I'm good. I'm cool.
That is very interesting,
It is
though.
very interesting.
That is. Hey, that's no different than what you would think if with your man on the DL with another man behind him. You don't want to think about that.
I don't want to think about anybody cheating with my man. So, man,
Not
woman,
saying-
nobody. Right.
Right. But again, I get it. Well, for you, because you're a woman, so that's the same way I would feel. Another woman would still be that kind of threat that I would have because she can give what you can give, right? You're like you have it here. Why would you go somewhere else to get it if I'm giving you everything? So I can see that being a problem too for a woman, right? Same thing for me is you're going to another man to get what I'm
Right.
giving you.
Right.
That's crazy.
Okay. I hear you.
So that to me, that would be the problem. Like I said, that's why I said if you go to a woman, I get it's different, right? So I'm not saying it's okay, but I can you try something different?
But you'd be more willing to work out that relationship versus. Got it.
Well, I mean, depending on the relationship, like I said, I worked through a relationship where the girl did cheat with another guy before, right? So it depends on
Oh, that's right.
a plethora of things, right? So that's why a conversation. Hopefully, I'm in the right mind to have a conversation. Because I just start counting, just run. So sometimes I'm like 1, 2. I'm gonna give you 10-second head start, right? But sometimes you can have a conversation if you can. Like the one time I was able to have a conversation about it, and we were able to talk through it. So in a relationship, I think that it depends, right? I'm not going to just. It's not an automatic deal breaker. If someone cheats, I'm just going to throw them away. For me, it's not. No, it's not. I got to see what's going on, especially if I was lacking, and not making excuses. But I do want to always be accountable for my actions as well.
Okay.
You know,
I hear that.
So I do try to talk it out if I can.
I hear that.
You know, but if you call me his name or something, then that's it. We're going 1, 2, 3. Start.
You do have limits to it, right?
We all do. I mean, certain things you only can take so much because it's tough. Like I said, I know it was tough to think about someone else being with your woman because it attacks your ego.
Yeah.
As a man, right? My ego is attacked because again, you went to another man, right? Another man was inside you, right? He probably was making you gag. Like it could have been a lot of things that.
It is funny how where men go with it.
Yeah, where their minds take them.
Stop. Women are the same thing. Did you do this to her? What are you talking about?
But I
And
don't think
usually
it was
ask that question
bad.
while I'm having sex with you. Oh, did you have her leg like this? Never mind. I'm done. I'm gonna go. Right. So it's the same thing. Women do the same thing, but they do it usually in the moment. Oh, you learned something new, did you?
But like you said, the difference there is that male ego. It hits it a little differently.
again, the female ego's no. Stop acting like females don't have the ego.
Man, not
Same
as
thing.
strong as the male in that way.
It is. You're like, was her boobs as big as mine? Was her butt as soft as mine? Like, what? Wait, why do we keep talking about this? So it's no different. Oh, y'all don't do that?
Not
Yes, you
like
do.
men do it.
No, it's the same.
Hi,
It's
babe, you got to
exactly-
come on
please
the
stop
show
it.
one day and set this guy straight.
Please come set me straight. Please.
Please, Lee.
I've been wanting to talk to you for so long. I have so many questions. So many
Not this
questions.
week, Lee. Soon.
Oh gosh.
Please. Join us on the couch.
Mess up my happy home. No, you're not.
Right?
Oh,
I'm just trying to find out how we get happiness forever. I just want to learn. I have a couple questions.
I don't want him to learn all those things from you. Thank you, Daryl.
You might learn some things.
He's good.
But yeah, so I think it's tough. If anyone has cheats, but like I said, for a woman, it's a little different. So
Wow.
for me, be a little different. Like I said, I might want to join in. Like, well, could you come back? Could we be a couple now? Let's try something different. Poly life. See, I could add another woman. I can't add another man. That'd be
See.
only one dog and only one sword in this fight. We can't have the sword fighting. That's weird. I don't know. That's weird. Who wants two men in the room anyway?
Some women.
Right.
Some women like who? Some women like who?
Don't give Daryl their name.
I'm gonna let him know.
Leanne, tell me how sick that is. Leanne, go ahead, tell me how sick it is to have two men in the room.
Don't
Leanne.
tell him, Lee.
Leanne,
Lee, don't tell him.
tell him who wants two bearded chocolate men in the room. Nobody wants that, Leanne. Tell him. Nobody wants that. Leanne, you gonna leave it hanging like this? Leanne,
I am. You are hung.
can't believe this.
Oh my
Sometimes
God.
Leanne let me down. She lets me down sometimes. So, any
Especially
last
not with oil.
Leanne want one of the massages with the two men,
Yeah.
erotic massages.
Oh, Lee.
She's talking about all leak.
Yep, she walked right into it and kept going.
It's a dang shame. But anyway, yeah. So let's wrap it up over here. Cause they talking about two chocolate men and oil. This went off the hook. I don't know how we got to that. Goodness gracious. So we'll start with you, Leanne. Any last words?
Get you a
Miss Chocolate
bearded chocolate drop man with oil and see where it goes.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how the show got here. It's got off the
Yes.
ridiculous. What you got, Neil?
And if you do follow Lee, make sure if it's two men, make sure you have a meeting with them and decide who does what is what. Get your affairs in order so nobody's fighting over it, okay? But no, Lee,
I don't believe Neil had the parameters for how this goes down. She done thought about this before, but let's keep going. Let's keep moving.
I'm almost 60, but anyway, no, get your affairs in order. All seriousness, really have the hard talks with your family members, with
Hard talks, Ruth. Really hard talks. He's just
That's the
nasty.
type of talks you gotta have with the bearded black man. You have to have these type of talks, and then if somebody has to do it, it might as well be you. You got to be the strong one. I gotta take one for the team, or two for the team, whatever you want to say.
Oh God, take two for the team. Oh hell no!
Oh, y'all giving me a hot flash. I need some air.
Hey Doc, what you got?
Done, Doc.
I'm going to piggyback on what Neil said. Get your affairs in order. Write things down. Let your folks know where they are, and get those divorces so that, because it's usually women, these wives don't come kick your girlfriend out when you die.
Right.
Yep.
Absolutely. They said it all. I'm done because it's kind of disgusting. So I don't want to talk. Just want to get off here. Everybody, please continue to go to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate all the traffic that goes there. It's Nothing But Answers. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell because if we do come live, it shows over there as well. Please also join. Keep continuing to invite people to the Nothing But Answers Facebook group. We really enjoy the conversation. Jonathan has really went crazy since I posted that he hit the most. He's posting about every 2 seconds a new post. He's got to be up to 2,000 posts this week.
They're always
Nobody's catching
entertaining, though.
They are entertaining.
Oh,
I
very.
love it.
Very entertaining. But Ruthie said you won't ever catch him again. So
Not trying to now. Not at all.
nobody can. He's an overdrive. He hit the nitro on him. But I thank for his participation. We love it. Like I said, he definitely brings some levity to the group. Gets things to laugh at, and keep the comments coming. So we thank everybody for joining us. Thank you for the great information. Rewatch this show if you guys want to catch any information earlier. There's some great information that was given out about what you should do and how you should plan things and about adulting, being an adult. And then it got disgusting with the black beards and the oils and 2 of them. It's
Or
crazy.
did it really become interesting?
I'm looking for the other man to help join me on this cast because I need help.
The big black
You keep turning
bearded
up. You're the
man.
black man. What you say, Leanne?
The big black bearded man.
Oh my
All
God.
right,
Come
we're out
help
of here.
me.
Hey,
I
we
need
thank
help
everybody for
too.
doing this. Leanne, hit the button.
Yeah,
Please.
okay. Bye.
Bye.